Hey, what's up guys? I'm Vortak. Welcome back to RimWorld. Today, I'm hoping we can get some research done. I would really love to get them to start stone cutting. That'll get us some better walls. We can use that for also, in the future, art projects and things like that. But ultimately, we need them getting done on research. And I'm looking at all the stuff going on, and it's not a whole lot. Weem seems idle, Mojo seems a little bit idle, and the crafting station is yet to be complete. And I was looking, and it seems that we don't have enough steel. We need 25 steel to complete the crafting bench, or the research bench, and they don't have enough. So the only local steel I have is right here in the prison cell. What I'm actually going to have them do is just mine around the prisoners. I don't think that'll cause too much of a ruckus. I'm just going to hit that one spot. That could be the only bit of steel we have, but I got to check. And if I find that it starts to kind of go more into this direction, I can always make a separate mine and seal this part off if I really need to. But it seems like they can just go ahead and mine that. The prisoners aren't going to be able to escape as it is. So that's not really a big deal. The other thing we got to make sure we don't do is open this up while we have prisoners there in case some kind of terrible monster is in there and it just gets our prisoners who we're trying to convert killed. So those are my current concerns. I'm kind of looking around the map. And this is the other closest ore vein, it looks like. I already kind of looked in the other direction. So I could very easily have them come down and do that. It's just a bit of a trek. You never like having them walk that far away from home, but it is what it is. So that's where we're at. I'm hoping we can start stone cutting, though, so you guys can check that out, because if I keep building out of wood, I'm only going to ask for problems in the future. In the last video, someone had suggested I get a few animal sleeping spots. I am not sure we're going to really have room for all the animals to stay inside currently, but I guess I should get into the habit of thinking of our furry critters. So let's go ahead and find, I believe, under miscellaneous, or is it joy? What about, no, production's a crafting spot. I guess furniture? Animal sleeping spot. Now I can give them beds, but we don't have any cloth. Eventually we want to move them up to beds, but for now, this is just kind of a free spot. And it tells us, yeah, our animals can sleep in these spots. And the only benefit I've ever seen to an animal sleeping spot thus far is when you have them and your animal gets injured, it'll go to that spot, making it easy for your doctor to come, give the animal treatment if it needs it. So it's kind of nice. Sleeping spots are actually helpful for that. But otherwise, I think it's just kind of a nice thing you can do for your animals. Perhaps it makes them easier to train if you give them nice, cozy beds. And things like that. But as you can see, we have 3 people now. We have naked. 2 of them are naked. We naked people living here. That's not right. And I did just say we don't have any cloth. So in order to remedy that, we can start growing cotton. In order to start growing cotton, I'm going to have to think about expanding the farm. Now, while we wait for them to go ahead, get the lead out and mine, no pun intended, mine the iron there, I'm going to go ahead and set the order up. We'll kind of do that. I'm presuming it at least goes that far. So we'll have them start digging out that iron down there. Steel. I'm sorry, I keep calling it iron. And I'm going to, in the meantime, start planning with our planning tool how the next farm is going to play into all this. Because as you can see, I do enjoy building these indoors. Having them indoors is very nice. It does cause a bit of a problem with power, having these sun lamps. And I could do hydroponics, but I do like the amount of space I get just putting crops in the ground while indoors. So it's kind of what I'm thinking I'll do. Now, the other thing I want to keep in mind is should I start building back here? And if so, when? As you can see, the problem I pointed out earlier is we don't have a whole lot of ore to choose from. So strip mining might become a thing, and I really, really hate those bugs that pop up. Even though they're supposed to be easier to deal with. Still, it left a really bad taste in my mouth last time. So these are the thoughts running through my head. Let's see. Let's pretend for a second we're going to keep the farm outside. I'm going to try to make it as big as the potato farm here and see what we can do. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 7 would be the wall for that. So see, I already screwed up. There we go. That is what we're looking at. This is the space the farm will be in, and then it'll be walled in. So let's just pretend that's where the cotton's going to go. And so I made this, 8 by, well, I guess 8. So we can come out 8 here. And like that. So this will be 3 farms. And if we're willing to sacrifice the fridge and move that somewhere over here, a little more practical, or we could dig the fridge out. Not, you know, that wouldn't be too bad. We could make this our 4th farm. And we can either choose to grow a massive amount of one crop. It doesn't have to be perfect. We can section it off any way we want, but just for aesthetics, I could do like a big potato farm and a small cotton farm and a small berry farm. Really, I'd like a large cotton farm, especially if we want to get carpet and animal beds in the future. It'd be really nice to have that as an option. So, we don't have stone cutting yet, and I did just say I want to build out of stone. That's why I did use the planting tool. I'd like to get them started growing, but maybe we should just go ahead and dig out where the fridge is going to go. One thing at a time. And we're going to get to research here in a second. Perfect. All right, let's start a mining project back here. We're going to take out all of this, and that will leave us a nice big space for a refrigerator. And I can also knock out... we got to be careful about this. I need to knock out a spot for the heat vent so we can cool off the heat vent, the air conditioning unit to cool off the fridge, but we need to knock out a spot for heat to escape. We could do that like that. Put a wall right here where my cursor is, and then the heat can just go in that little square. So that's going to be their mining project. I'm going to have them deconstruct that. That's where the door is going to go. And there we go. I think we're off to a good start today. Now, if you've never seen the research menu, it's really easy. It's right down here in the bottom right, and it's just research. These are... Oh, there goes our power. And we have a heat wave. Oh boy, an unusual heat wave has begun. Watch out for heat stroke. This is why you want to put an air conditioning unit in your living quarters, and I did not do that. We'll do that in the morning. But anyway, thanks heat wave. Great. These are all the things we can currently have them research. It's right here. None of these are blocked off. As we research, the following things will become researchable. So it's pretty nice. Stone cutting's a really good first thing to research. A lot of people go for that or hydroponics, and it just kind of depends on your goals. I want to get stone cutting because I would like to use some of this stone that's laying around as a building material because it's very helpful. We have some stone down here to use and some stone over here. They could just grab all this. We don't even have to mine. And I believe, what's this? Granite? Granite's fantastic. So, yeah, I can definitely give them a crafting space and put stone stockpiled near it. And all they got to do is sit there stone cutting to their heart's content. Obviously, as these guys become part of the colony, if they become part of the colony at this rate, we can have them also help out with that project because that'll be, 4 or 5 people. Let's also keep in mind that we need to give them a nicer prison cell. I did say before that I don't care about their comfort. They'll convert whenever they're ready. But that's not working out now, is it? So, let's just, as a courtesy to ourselves and to them, I keep trying to cancel that project by right-clicking it. That's not how you do it. Let us mine out an area for them to sit down and eat, and maybe we'll give them some light as well, if we have the power to spare. And that will help that little problem. So, wow, I've given us a lot to do. We did it! Vortex successfully recruited Randall. 7.5% chance. This is awesome, though, because Randall is not naked, so that won't immediately affect Randall's mood, and I get to name Randall as well. Now, someone did say they wanted to be in the colony, and I'm trying to think. I believe it might have been Burrito. I think Burrito has asked in the past. Forgive me. Leave your name in the comments, so let me know if you want to be in the colony, and I will try to remember when we get new colonists to throw you in. I apologize for my crap memory. But let's go into character, and we'll go ahead and call you Burrito. Perfect. Welcome, Burrito. Best of luck to you. So, Burrito is going to help us turn this base around. And as we keep growing as a colony, we're really going to have to focus on their work and delegating tasks properly. The game is doing that for us automatically, but it's, people are kind of doing their own thing as they see fit. Now, Mojo did a fantastic job mining this out. That's just great. I'm going to do a few things right now. I did say I get air conditioning in the morning. We're well into the next day. So, Is it under temperature? Yes, I believe it is. Let's throw a cooler right here. So as I said, the heat's going to go to the right, cold air in the left, and we can put another cooler right in here. Now the cool thing we can do also is stick a vent, which the vents aren't perfect, but they're helpful. We can stick a vent right here, and ideally the cold air from this room will kind of cool this room as well, and it of course depends on how much I set the temperature for. The colder it is in here, the colder it'll be in here, just not as much. And the more the air has to travel, the harder it's going to be to cool a room. So, anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to slap a door right here. Structure. Some metal door. We have some steel, right? Yeah. Metal door right there, and that'll be for the fridge. And once we get the cooler wired in... Ooh, I forgot. We're going to have to wire that, aren't we? Let's go into power. Shouldn't take much if we just get the power from here and drag it up. And we can also power like that. Perfect. We probably didn't even need to do that. I was just doing it. So, there. Power to there, power to there. Should be enough to get our cooler running, and then we can just quickly move the fridge stockpile very easily. Mojo is in a poor mood. Mojo's worked pretty hard. Let's see what's going on. If we check out the needs, very hot. That's the heat wave for you. So you can remedy that, obviously, by keeping them doing indoor tasks. I'm not really going to worry about that. I'm just going to hope that the coolness in their bedroom kind of helps solve that problem. Speaking of bedroom, I need to make a bed for our new colonist. And I should probably plan ahead for future colonists as well, but we'll see. We're kind of running low on time here. The rain will help cool things down. Let's throw a bed right there. And hopefully someone gets to that. New recruit. Oh, wait. Oh, that's from earlier. Okay. So the poor mood thing's going to go on and off. Temperature is 115, even with the rainstorm. That's... Oh, no! Well, I guess it's just a lightning storm. The rain doesn't... No, there's rain. Okay, it put out the fire. Yep. This is the best time to get a fire, honestly. Wow. It's still really hot for them. Okay, Mullen has some space now. I'm not worried about Mullen at the moment. Let's... Do we have power going to this thing yet? Power needed. Connected rate. Okay. So, for a cooler... For a freezing temperature, we're gonna put this room at minus 16, and now we can take the stockpile, this stockpile zone. Can I duplicate it? That would be awesome. No. All right, whatever. Let's zone out this, and we're gonna just do it the same exact way as the other one. We're gonna make it no rotten. We're going to allow foods and medicine, no manufactured other than medicine. Keeping that close by. No raw resources. Corpses. We don't want human, but we do want animal. And we do want natural body parts, but not artificial. And no apparel, weapons, or items. Wait. Manufactured. I messed up. No manufactured, except for medicine. Okay. That'll do. And then all we gotta do is delete the stockpile, and they will move that at their leisure. And they're already getting it done. Sweet. So I can disassemble this cooler and put a wall there. Or not, because we're going to put walls around this anyway. Well, look at that. Another new recruit in the middle of this storm. I was just lowering the temperature of the air conditioner and letting the storm pass before I brought you guys back in. But no, we got another new recruit. So that means Burrito is hanging out in the storm. Burrito does not have a bed. Well, I screwed up, didn't I? We got that extra person pretty quick. Let's make a new bed. I'm going to keep the prison cell with 2 beds in it, and I'm just going to build a new bed for Burrito right here. And at least everyone will have a bed. They don't like sharing a room, I can tell you that right now. But that'll be done, and maybe even Burrito will build his own bed. We'll see. It seems we have a bit of a problem. The turtle has gone bad, which means this is not a freezing cold room as we set it to be. Now, I lowered the temp to 16 degrees Fahrenheit, and perhaps the heat wave is just keeping it too hot in there, but we do have a bit of a problem. So, I wonder why that is. Let's check on power and power conduits. So, it is definitely getting power. That's not the issue. The issue is probably that we didn't put it cold enough, and the heat wave is, in fact, screwing it up. Let's see. No, it seems to be staying 70 degrees in there. That's just not right. That's not going to keep anything cold enough at all. Is our air leaking out? No. Little blue lines right there. I wonder if the heat, for some reason, doesn't have enough of an escape. And so it's just kind of like stuck back there. Let's try mining. I don't know. I could be crazy. You guys are probably thinking I am crazy, but let's mine that out right there and see if that helps our problem. I'm going to keep my cursor here so I can see the temperature. And there it goes. Wow. So you can't trap the heat in a little pocket. All right. Well, now we have a decayed turtle in the fridge, but a place for the heat to go. So we learn something new every day. We have traders from Doctor's Town approaching in a caravan. Let's go ahead. I have a few things to do. I'm going to go ahead and deconstruct this here. I would like to also deconstruct the floor. I wonder if I can do that by... remove floor. There we go. We're going to remove that because we want that to be dirt. We're going to farm in there. So we can do that first. Secondly, we are going to need to see our research is coming on stone cutting. Not very well. This is why we got to start getting people designated to certain tasks as a priority. If I had a priority researcher like Mullen there, we would be able to get that done a lot faster because Mullen wouldn't be going and helping with the other tasks in the base. Okay, here's the traders. Let's get our best social person. I believe that used to be Vortak, but I'll take a second to... Now, is that under... Oh. Weird. Is that under Warden now? I'm going to have to click the individual characters. Skills. Social is 4. Weem's social is none. Mullen's is 7. Okay. Looks like Mullen is also our social person. So let's go ahead and trade with Loser. All right, Loser. What do you got for us? I can give them gold. That's part of the reason I'm so rich is that 30 gold I have. But I want to keep that. You can actually use that for a couple of very important projects. Some medicine. That would be kind of nice, but they charge a lot for medicine, even with our decent social skill. Components. I'll buy some components for sure. We can buy animals. Not really necessary. I can get rid of our raccoon if we want. That'll get us some money, and we really don't need the raccoon, so I'm going to do that. And that did save us on the medicine a little bit. And we can buy them beer for pleasure, but you can also create alcoholics that way, so we're not going to do that. So, decent trade. Not that great, not that bad. We're almost done. Well, we're almost halfway through stone cutting research. Vortek took that over. So I think the next thing we have to do before I end this episode is show you guys priorities. And from there, in the next episode, we will officially expand our farm. So let me just slow down time a little bit. Everyone's idle. Everyone's idle. Let me slow down time a lot because we're wasting the day. And I'm going to go into manual priorities. Now, a lot of this depends on their skills, but we want our best researcher to constantly research. And it looks like Weem and Mullen have tied for research. And because I know Mullen's fantastic at social skills, I'm going to have Mullen's #1 priority to be research. And I'm going to go over here, and because Mullen's social's so high, I'm going to have that be Mullen's also #1 priority. Now, this will take precedent over research because of where it lands on this line here, but I want that because it doesn't take much time to trade with people, to be a warden, so that's why this person makes a great researcher. Obviously, I want everyone to drop everything they do for firefighting. If you guys have seen me play RimWorld before, you've seen this a million times. This is more for people who don't know what any of this means. So, I want them to be a patient before doing anything else. I want our best doctors to take doctoring to a major priority, which would be these two people. And we can make everyone else kind of like a level 2 doctor. I'll make you a level 3 doctor. Bed rest. I want bed rest to be a #1 priority because we want them to make sure they rest. Flicking switches. I want a #1 priority because that usually happens at a time of great flicking need. We can have this person, Vortak, be a #2 warden. He did convert those people after all. We can make them like 4 just to have them on the list. Cooking. Now, we want our cook not to be Mullen, even if his cooking's great, because Mullen's already our researcher. So, whoever decides to be a cook is going to be cooking 100% of the time. And I say decides as if they're going to have a choice. They're not. So I wonder who out of these 4 can be a good cook. Now, none of them have a passion for cooking. There's no little flame next to it. So whoever we get is going to slowly ramp up. And sadly, it looks like Vortek's the only person, or Weem. Vortek or Weem. So if Vortek or Weem are better at something else, I don't want them cooking all the time. So let's see. Weem's mining is really good. Vortek's mining's halfway decent. It's kind of a shame because they're really good at other stuff. The middle is where I kind of get lost, personally. But you guys get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and tinker with this for a sec. So here's kind of what I settled on for now. And these things will change over time. But I made Burrito a #1 crafter because we're going to be doing a lot of stone cutting. And that's great that we have someone who's so proficient at crafting and really doesn't have a whole lot else going on. I made sure Vortek is going to be cooking all the time. Weem is in charge of repairing. Everyone's going to be repairing. Growing, mining, and plant cutting. Everyone else has a little bit of a higher priority on those things that needs it, but I had Weem make that his #1 priority, kind of like a resource collector. Burrito can also, I guess when Burrito's not crafting, make mining a priority. But Mullen, we really want as little distraction as possible as we research. Now, once we have most of our things researched, Mullen can help out even more. But having 5 people, we have a decent enough balance here to where I feel pretty comfortable with those tasks. This should make sure no one's idle. Of course, we need to get our stone cutting bench done, but now that we have a great researcher, that's going to be, that's going to be no time at all. So in the next episode, we did a lot of research this time, but in the next episode, we will actually get our new stone cutting table done. I'm going to get us a little more power, because clearly we need it, and we're about to expand our farm anyway. We will start expanding the farm once we get the stone cutting done, so little by little, this base will start to get a bit more fleshed out. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please leave a like down below. Check out RimWorld. Link for that is down below. Fantastic game. Highly recommend it. Heatwave is over. Yes. And I will see you guys next time. Check the channel all the time for new content, of course. And thanks for joining me. Peace out.